but the fact is that those actions don't actually influence the outcome. Hi guys, this is Chase E with another video for Bite-Sized Success, and in this video we're going to be talking about peer pressure on social media and the power of focus. And really the genesis of this video stems from an argument or just kind of this peer pressure that I'm seeing online, especially in 2020. It seems to be a bit aggravated. And, part of these critical thinking segments that I'm going to be doing on this channel is going to be to dive into common arguments and common methods of thinking and applying critical thinking to these arguments to debunk them or just to right our thinking, because the better our thinking is, the more accurate our thinking is, the more rational our thinking is, the better decisions that we will make, and we'll be able to navigate through life and really 100x our productivity. So you've probably seen this peer pressure argument where if you're on social media, and if you don't post about some issue, then your silence is supporting the opposition. And that thinking just doesn't work out logically. And here's why. You can't be held responsible for something unless you actually have influence over that subject. And, a lot of people may think that posting on social media is actually influence, is actually power. But unless you're a higher figure, then posting doesn't actually move the needle. It doesn't actually cause change. Pick an issue in 2020, and with all the social media posts and just all the hate, not even the hateful comments, but just the comments in general that had to deal with that issue, none of those really moved the needle. No arguments were created, but no minds were steered correctly. And, that kind of just the posting and the commenting on social media doesn't actually move the needle in these issues. So you don't actually have power, or you don't actually have influence over the outcome, and therefore you can't be held responsible. Another aspect of that argument is that if your silence is contributing to the evil that is happening, then your silence on issues that you don't even know about is killing a lot of people, right? How many issues are there out in the world that you're just not aware of, that you can't post about, that by that logical thinking you'd be held responsible for? And so, you can kind of see it in that light where it's just completely debunked. And what it really is just people who are really emotional about what they're posting, really emotional about it, and want everyone else on board. But again, it all kind of circles back to the fact that posting on social media really doesn't move the needle, and therefore you don't have the influence and therefore the responsibility over the situation. Now, there's something called a lead measure. And a lead measure is when you're measuring a data point that actually moves the needle on something, right? For example, if your goal is to exercise and lose weight, reading a book is not a lead measure, because reading a book on how to exercise doesn't actually directly contribute to the outcome, to your goal. But a lead measure is something that directly contributes to the goal. So a lead measure when it comes to working out would be exercising or eating healthy for a day. Things that directly achieve that goal. And when it comes to posting on social media, that's not a lead measure when it comes to these issues. It doesn't directly affect the outcome. And so it has little to none influence over the outcome. And so, the whole purpose of the video is what I actually encourage people to do, is because these issues that people are posting about are important, right? I'm not arguing that they're not important by any means. What I'm arguing is that all this peer pressure to post this often is pretty much meaningless, right? It's almost like, you can post these, you can take these shallow actions of posting and commenting over, on 20 different subjects in a year, but that doesn't move the needle on anything. if you want to actually like develop a meaningful life and actually, care deeply about these issues and actually bring about the change you want to see in the world, then what you should do is you should leverage the power of focus. And you should focus in on one or two major issues for the next 5 years and then just dive in deep into those. If you're for Black Lives Matter, or if you're pro-life, or if you're Democrat, Republican, capitalism, socialism, whatever it is that you're really passionate, that you really believe about, you should pick one or two things for the next 5 years and just dive deep into those. Read books on it, post content on it, try to influence or just not even try to influence, but just debate, your social circle on it, not online. That's not where people's minds are turned. It's in person when people are actually exchanging and you can actually read the other person. That's where change happens. So in your warm social circle, that's where you try to bring your influence. But, what happens is, when you just post shallowly all the time, the world doesn't actually change. It just makes you feel a little bit good about caring or trying to care. But the fact is that those actions don't actually influence the outcome. That's not a lead measure. And so it's really just wasting your time. And unfortunately, it's creating division because of all this peer pressure to do it. And, unfortunately, when it kind of gets boiled down, it's just peer pressure to do something that's meaningless. So I highly recommend that you ignore that peer pressure and instead focus in on one or two really important things that matter to you for the next 5 years. Dive in deep, leverage the power of focus, and then actually bring about the change you want to see in the world that you couldn't do if you were just taking shallow actions. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that kind of helps a little bit. I've been getting a lot of those messages. My wife has been getting a lot of those messages, and it's pretty frustrating because it's just not accurate thinking. So hopefully that helps. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It means the world to me that you care about your future, that you care about unlocking your true potential, that you care about maximizing your productivity. So I want to reward you. If you want my free course on how to cure laziness without working hard, click the link down below in the description. This course is really designed to teach you how to work smart instead of working hard. It's perfect for those goals that you're struggling taking action on because it gives you the perfect system to develop habits and to change old habits so you can start taking the action you need to succeed. So click that link down below. If not, I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck.